Hello, my name is David. I'm here to do a plumbing video to show you how to repair a toilet that won't stop running the water through the system. Won't shut off, in other words, inside the tank like it is supposed to do so. There's mainly two possible problems here, although several things potentially, but the things I'm figuring it may very well be are either, number one, the flap, as it is often called, that closes the tank so no more water can go down into the bowl, is deteriorated and allowing the water to leak down into the tank, or that perhaps more likely the flush valve assembly is worn to a point where it won't shut off like it should, so water continues to go into the tank and then overflow out the overflow tube down into the bowl. So we're going to see here in just a moment. I'm going to turn the water back on to show you that we've got a full tank of water, and then you'll notice quickly how it continues to run and run and run and is not shutting off like it's supposed to. Here we go. Down here is the main water inlet valve shutoff that comes out through the wall of our home, and I've got it tightened down at this point to keep water from going into the tank. I'm going to open it up, which means I'm going to be turning it counterclockwise, and you can hear the water running now going into the tank. If you'll look in here, you'll see that it shut off. Isn't that cool? It shut off amazingly. How come? Maybe it didn't need to be repaired after all, but we will see. Flush the toilet. Now we'll see if it shuts off or if it continues to run without stopping. The flapper I was talking about is this kind of a rubber flapper that goes down over the overflow tube, which is this tube, this white plastic tube, slides down over that, and then it attaches with these little holes on some tabs at the bottom of the tube, and then drops down over an opening about this size that allows the water to go from the tank into the bowl and then out through the drain of your house. It's attached by way of this chain to this lever that the flush handle activates when you press the flush handle down. Okay, so far it must be fixed. So what did this great plumber do? What he did was he changed out this, the flapper, and replaced it with a newer one, and it appears to have fixed the problem. So here's one. I'm going to show you how to do this simple repair one more time. I'm going to flush the toilet using the flush handle. Now if our camera person can come over this direction, I'm going to show you I have to remove the little clip from the flush handle arm right there. And then I remove these, I call them ears, from the side of the flap right here and right here, off of the tabs sticking out here on the side of the overflow tube. That's what this is. There's the hole where the water goes down into the bowl. Now I'm going to just put this back on here. You'll see how it was done. Drop it back down. Find the best place to stick it in one of these holes right here. And hopefully we'll be done. We'll see if it works right or not. takes a little while to fill because of the amount of water coming up through the supply line down here up into the bottom of the tank. This is the flush valve assembly here that allows the water to come up into the tank, and then when it reaches the top of the overflow spout here, overflow tube, it's supposed to cut the water off at that point so that no more water comes into the tank and no more water is lost or wasted by going down into the tube or into the bowl. So far, so good. And it's still running. Finally, it shuts off. It's possible that the flush valve might need some fine tuning in terms of adjusting it so that it will shut off a little more quickly. This is a flush valve assembly similar to the one we've got in the tank here, and you can adjust it in different places, such as right up here. This is an adjustment knob that allows the level of what's called the float, that's this part right here, to be either raised if you want more water in the tank, or lowered if you want to conserve the water and have the water level lower. Just to show you a couple of things about this. This here is a lock nut that is spun onto the threads of this assembly down below here on the outside of the tank, and it actually goes in connection with this supply line coming up out of the wall, and that supply line goes inside here, and then this is used to kind of secure it in place on the bottom side of the tank. Notice also here that you have parts that are up inside the tank, and most important perhaps of all is this rubber washer or seal that is used to when you tighten it down, and the flush assembly is inside the tank. This seal seals over the hole that's where the water could potentially go and leak out onto the floor of your bathroom. This seals that off, and then you tighten it from below, as we just said, using this to make a good tight seal. All right. And also you notice this is a filler tube that comes off of the side of the flush valve assembly, and then it shoots water down into the bowl that way. So you have those different aspects. Now there is another style of flush valve that I have. It's kind of an older style, and that's this one here. Has the old-fashioned float ball that can be adjusted here with this adjustment screw, and also an adjustment screw here to allow either more water in the tank or not as much water in the tank. And in a similar way to this flush valve assembly here, you have the lock nuts and all of the different aspects, including the washer, rubber washer there that seals it off. Looks like we're fixed. So all we need to do is put our lid back on, like our triangle shaped toilet tank. Put it back on here, and we should be in business. Thank you very much.